God Daddy's in the building, broadcasting live from a few parts unknown. Joining me, as always, on the sticks, he's that bad dad of COD. You might know him as Muscle V, but we know him as Dixie.
Yo, yo.
And our executive producer, the man that shirts have forgotten. He is the Pants Man.
Jalapeno Ranch.
And I am your king of COD. I am Jeeves, and I welcome you to another edition of Call of Daddy 2. Tonight, we get into everything food. We're talking buffets. But before we can eat on into it, Muscle V, what happened last time?
Last time on COD Daddies, our heroes kept up with tradition and held another drinking episode. The heroes discussed the best drinking holidays. Starting in January and going all the way to December, the heroes analyzed each holiday and determined that the top 3 holidays were, in third place, Halloween. In second place, St. Patty's Day. And your winner, the best drinking holiday ever, well, you have to go back to episode 43 to find out.
Ooh.
With the heroes continuing envy, the score stands as follows, with Muscle V at 35 and Jeeves at 35 as well.
Whoa!
Let's listen in as our heroes continue on to their next adventure.
What's going on there?
Yeah, thank you, Muscle V. I think we've been in envy for, 4 years at this point?
Yeah, I think it's been at least 32.
It's been a long. It doesn't help that there was the Godzilla versus King Kong stuff, but it's been a while. We're gonna have to step it up tonight. Before we get into all of the action tonight, we had a poll. Did we post it?
We did not. We did not post.
Oh,
the poll.
good. Oh, good. Great. We'll put that up for tonight. We gotta get an answer on the holodrank. We did go through and rank every single holiday as a drinking holiday, despite there being only 4 choices from the beginning. So,
Oh my
Go
gosh,
back
yeah,
and check it
we really milked that one, huh?
yeah, it's like an hour and a half segment. Still, go back and check it out. We really cover every holiday as a drinking thing in depth. It's great.
I remember that entire segment started with me bragging that I could totally name the 8 holidays that I get off for work, and then you turning it into I have to name every kind of possible maybe holiday. And then I thought, well, we're just going to skip past Martin Luther King Day. We're not going to have a whole 10-minute discussion about it.
Don't you feel foolish?
I sure do.
Yeah, I think we covered over 20 holidays.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot.
So yeah, anyway, go back and check it out. It was fun. I think we covered the topic in depth. So I think we're the official holodrank rankers probably in the world, or at least for the US. So that's exciting. But not what we're here to talk about tonight. Pantsman, you and I have been on the road. That's why we didn't post an episode Thursday or Monday. I don't know why we thought we could pull off a Monday up. I was completely zoned out. And I will get
well, never mind.
What?
I was just saying, in fairness, this was the first time that you straight up didn't even post like, "Are we gonna do it?" That was, you were just gonna let it slide, and I honest to God, I only asked because I wasn't sure if this was the end. But we just joined an alliance. I don't know that we can end.
That's right. We're a proud member of the GBU Alliance. Go out.
Who has a name now?
Well, I call it that. No, I haven't told anyone else the name, but it's it's our alliance. We're of course with Flying High, so please go check out his Twitch stream. I should know when it airs. I don't. I'm not sure he even has a schedule.
Do you know what it's called?
The Flying High. I don't know if it has you don't have to know our show name to find our show.
That's true.
In fact, I don't even know if our show name helps. We should look into that.
Probably doesn't.
Muscle V, look into that, please.
Okay, probably.
Anyway, great. Perfect. So yeah, I think we are going to cover a little more our weekends, Pants Man, probably tomorrow. Probably going to cover it as a drinking episode because both of us were at a bachelor and bachelorette party.
Well, we were at two separate events in different cities, but yes.
Yes, we weren't together. Neither one of us were invited to both. We were invited to two separate ones.
Right.
So I think we'll cover a lot more of that then. But the important thing for why I'm bringing it up now is that I was in Las Vegas for the bachelor party, and as the end of the bachelor party, I got to do the Caesar's Palace buffet,
Ooh.
which yes is a famous buffet, maybe the only famous buffet.
Oh, come on!
Like as a single entity. We didn't do it because all of us went to Vegas together. And
yeah, the only buffet I have experienced in Vegas and I'm familiar with is the Paris buffet, which I rank very highly.
It was good. That was a pretty good one. Anytime you've got a crepe station is a good day. However, the Caesar's Palace also has a crepe station, so we probably shouldn't have gone to the Paris one. I'm not gonna lie.
I will never regret the Paris one because it had two things that I couldn't get enough of. One was a spinach artichoke dip that was just wonderful. And the other was on demand, just grab it and go. I mean, that's how buffet works, but still.
Yes, you did describe the buffet.
Creme brulee at a buffet? Come on. Can't do better than that.
It rhymes. It tastes delicious. It's been burnt. All good stuff in my book. That's good then, because this one didn't have either one of those items that I saw. I was at this buffet for like 40 minutes before I found another room of buffet though, so I don't think I got the full buffet.
What was in the other room? Like better stuff, or was it just like?
It was like 3 different countries. I was missing out on Italy, Japan, and something.
Those are huge too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was some really good food back there. It's like, why are you guys tucking this away? This should be center stage.
You know, I didn't have a buffet experience on my weekend, but I will say that while we did not stop it, we did drive past a billboard advertising you guessed it, KFC buffet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, have we talked about the KFC buffet on here?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. How do you want?
Well,
who was obsessed with that?
There was
it me?
I think it was the three of us. I think it was all three of us. We were driving. We were driving on a road trip, and we saw a billboard that said KFC buffet. And I honestly, I'm certain you were excited about it. I was also very curious, very eager to try. And I think it started as sort of a joke. Like we knew that just the name KFC buffet, what could that possibly be, and how could it possibly be good? And I think we kind of jokingly said, "Oh, we should totally stop there." But as we got closer and closer, we're like, "It is kind of lunchtime," and I am really curious. And we were just like, "Yeah, we're definitely going to this thing."
Oh yeah. Before we talk about it, have you guys seen one before or since? I don't think I've ever seen one ever.
I honest to God assumed that was like the one. Like I assumed it was like a thing they were trying, and that maybe was even short lived. But yeah, I was driving. I was driving this weekend and saw another billboard for another one in a completely different part of the country.
And you decided not to stop. Why?
Well, I'd been to one.
You got to think about it. This one survived, 10 years plus of whatever the hell we went to the last one.
Yeah. We also were not. It was also like 9 a.m. when we were going past it.
Not hearing a problem.
Yeah.
You can buffet anytime.
Yeah.
So that was
KFC. Yeah.
That buffet was the grossest thing we've ever done collectively, right?
I honestly, my recollection. And correct me if you have any other memories of this. My recollection is basically all it was the same like food under a heat lamp they would have back there, but just self-service.
With
one exception.
Absolutely, no, I would have loved that.
There's one thing I do remember vividly that was completely out of left field, and I just don't to this day understand it. They had mild peppers, like banana peppers, on the buffet line.
You do need that when you're eating your chicken.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. No, yeah, if it was just the KFC menu in a buffet, that would be incredible. Oh my God. That would have been the deal of the century. and I think it's what I had hoped it was. No, it was like a horrible version of maybe half the menu. I think I have vivid memories of the mac and cheese in particular. Just like it was burnt on top, which is
Mhm.
never a great sign. Burnt in the middle, which is a way worse sign, and then burnt on bottom, which you could expect in a buffet. But it was brutal. And
Are you
all
just saying it
all
was
of the food
burnt?
was like that. Yeah, like it was like it was smushed together.
Yeah.
It was like it's hard to even kind of fuck up mac and cheese the way that this thing was. And that's how all of the food was. All of it was just like horrible.
No question.
And I love KFC. Like I'm not here to besmirch the franchise in general. Just this buffet was awful. What do you remember of it, Muscle V?
I don't.
Oh, you have not you don't remember if you liked or hated it?
I don't remember that at all. I remember going
Well,
there,
you
but I
have
don't
to.
remember.
Do you
One
remember
fun
going to a
factoid.
buffet?
One fun factoid about Muscle V. So, whereas most humans store their memories in their brains, he stores them in his lower intestine, and that was cleaned out that day. So,
It was yeah. It was
I do
very
remember.
much cleaned out.
Yeah, I do remember taking a tour of the facilities. I completely forgot the KFC buffet happened. And I can't believe
yeah,
you didn't I can't believe you didn't talk your friends into going. How many people were with you?
it was me and one other guy, in the car.
Oh my god, that should be an easy talk.
Yeah, you could have done it.
It was 9 in the morning, and I
I just,
didn't want it myself. So,
mm, mm. Well, what about on the way back?
no. We only saw it on the way there, or
Oh,
on the we only saw it on the way back. Right? We did not. Looking back, we must have passed it on the way there, but we did not see that billboard.
maybe it's a classic one-way billboard.
With
Uh,
KFC buffet, that's the one-way direction.
it's an express lane. Yeah, man, boy, you want to talk about two complete opposite buffet experiences: the KFC buffet versus the Caesar's Palace buffet. Oh boy, or the Paris buffet that we had as well.
Really, any Vegas buffet, unless they happen to have, even if they have a KFC buffet in Vegas, I still think that would probably be better caliber than whatever is in middle of nowhere America.
Yeah. That's just one of the problems with KFC though, right? Is that you go into one KFC, it's incredible. You go into another KFC, it's just absolute trash. So I
I'll
don't
be
think I
honest,
would.
I used to love KFC. When I was little, that was one of my favorites. And it has disappointed me so consistently since then that I have very rarely chosen to go on.
So
Yeah.
here's a question. So during COVID times, are you even risking the KFC buffet? Like,
I think that you hit on a larger issue in general. I don't think anyone would risk the KFC buffet.
yeah,
But
but
I mean,
let's
I
say
thought
it
the
was
buffet was
noon.
dead.
Yeah, let's say
I
it
was
was
shocked
noon
that
when Pantsman was driving. Let's say it was noon. Like, would you be stopping
yeah.
there, Pantsman?
Again, uh, I don't need to ever go back to one. If I was driving through and it was like KFC, not even buffet, just KFC, and like I don't know, if that was the option, it was like that or gas station food. I would be like, well, let's see what the gas station has.
How about
I
KFC or
like
Starve?
I like gas station food. No one would choose starve, right? I would eat cardboard before I chose to starve, I think. Right?
I would eat my left nut before I'd starve.
Oh, what? Why would you do that? Why is that the body part?
I mean, I really don't want to starve.
Yeah, but why lefty?
Oh, my right's all
Take out
gamey.
take out like a lung or some shit. Why are you got there's other take you got plenty of unusable parts on here.
I'm not saying I'm starting with my left testicle. I'm saying that
It kind of sounded that way.
Yeah, like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna starve. I'm gonna get right to it.
It sounded like you've thought about it before. You're like, maybe I should just try my left nut.
at
I
least
just
it's
really need
bite-sized.
I just need a good excuse. Why is that a better point? That means you're gonna definitely have to eat something else anyway. Like, oh, this one bite of nut. That's really tied me over.
when you think about it in the sense of like the people that used to have to kind of live off of the dairy from their cows, and how like that would produce milk and keep them sustained. It's a little short-sighted, I guess, to eat one of my few producing body parts,
Oh boy. Oh, thank you, Pants Man.
You're welcome.
I didn't know where that was going until the very end. All right. Well, put down your own special sauce and let's focus on places where you can pay for things. I want to get back to Muscle V's thing. Were you a big buffet man before COVID, and has it changed in the pandemic times?
I wasn't huge, but I did like a Chinese buffet.
Yeah, you're pretty big. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah. I have not been to one since COVID started.
So you were only a Chinese buffet man.
Well, I've never been to Golden Corral, and my
That's
wife
one
says
that,
don't go.
well, yeah, when you're 9, incredible. When you're, someone who's had real food, it's horrible. But there is other places than the Golden Corral and Chinese buffets. Like there's other kinds.
We did go. I don't know if it's an all you can eat. It's a hot pot and sushi all you can eat. So, do you count that as a buffet if it's all you can eat?
Well, no, that's an interesting question, because I was all geared up to say, of course, that's a buffet. But if they're serving it tableside to you, I don't know if that counts as a buffet. I think a buffet has to be self-serve.
I agree as well. Yeah, you can't do the all you can eat sushi or the all you can. You have to be able to go up and select whatever you're getting.
Because they're not calling that a sushi buffet; they're calling it an all you can eat sushi.
Right, and you're at the mercy of the waiter. Yeah, no, the buffets you can go get food as soon as you've sat down.
And those sushi places take all you can eat very, very seriously, because if you can't finish it, they're charging you for it.
Yep.
I respect that. But they also take all fucking day between dishes. They're like, it's all you can eat, but you're getting 2 fucking plates. 3 if you're really, really desperate.
There's like what, 2-hour limit or something?
Oh, I've never seen that. I've just seen those. They're like, we'll wait you out.
Yeah, there was like I think a 2-hour limit or something on the one I went to.
I feel like if you're saying 2-hour limit and then you slow roll the release, unless you order a shit ton right out of the gate, which is again a mistake because you don't know until you've started eating how much you might still have room for. Like that just seems like they're really trying to market the all you can eat and then not deliver.
It is what they're doing. That's 100% the business model.
Yeah.
Anyway, those don't count. So.
I mean, besides the Paris one, I think I've pretty much only gone to like Chinese ones.
Well, okay.
You seem offended.
No, I'm not offended at all. We grew up in a very similar part of the country, and I think that maybe that's why most of my experience is also with the Chinese buffet. Like I've certainly experienced other buffets, no question. But we talked about KFC already.
You're so worldly.
But yeah, I feel like when I was growing up, like when we went to the buffet, it almost invariably meant going to the Chinese buffet.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. So not us. We had what was it? Old Country Buffet. That's what my first real buffet experience was.
I remember going to an Amish buffet once, and that was amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that just meat and potatoes?
Well, it was like Amish country. It was just like kind of country style food, but it was an Amish country, and it was like a buffet, but the food is actually cared about. Like they actually tried to make it good food.
Is it like Cracker Barrel cuisine? I honestly can't.
Yeah, think the kinds
Amish.
of things you'd get at a Cracker Barrel, but like nicer, like a higher end.
That sounds good. I'm in for that.
It was great.
Oh, I just got dissected. Yeah, that sounds really good. But I know that you guys have been to other buffets. Cece's? Do you recall Cece's?
Oh
No.
gosh, I forgot about
Yeah,
Cece's.
Yeah, that's not any of the things you've mentioned.
Oh
it's
man.
true.
Yeah, Cece's was always like I guess all buffets on some level are a bit of like the food's gonna be crap, but you'll get a lot of it. Um, but Cece's was a special kind of like you would eat it, you would go there because it was like $6, like it was cheaper than buying a pizza.
Yep.
But it was
Awesome.
no, none of them were good. I mean, they were all terrible, but it was pizza. So he didn't care. It didn't need to be good. Paid $6. Your stomach's full.
That's right. I
Can't
love
imagine why they all
Cece's.
went into business.
Yeah, somehow they went down pre-COVID, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know about most of them around us. I don't know about nationally.
Yeah.
I thought Painsman, I recall you being more anti-buffet than you're sounding tonight. Do I have that
Well,
wrong, or have you
no,
forgotten?
no. I would say that for me, buffets have always been an occasional thing. So like, I have never been somebody who is like always game for them. Like I can put away food and I enjoy the concept of a buffet, but they're so indulgent. And again, the food tends to be pretty mediocre, all told. So like most of the time, I'd be like, I'd rather go to like a proper restaurant and get a decent meal than spend $25 for a bunch of crap. But there have been times in my life where I have, like, I remember with you specifically, Jeeves, there was a day where I was like, I'm craving it. It's time. I need to go to the China buffet. And we did. And we were in college or just out of college. And I remember some like 16-year-old girl came up to me and said that her 15-year-old sister had a crush on me or something. And it was like, this is weird and deeply uncomfortable.
Wait, what?
You don't remember this?
No.
We went to I'm stuffed with crab rangoon and just like miserable. And this little girl just like was I guess checking me out. And then I assume it was her sister like came up to me to be like, he thinks you're cute. And I was just like, all right, well, okay. I'm gonna go now.
No, that's never happened anywhere else with any other age group, right? Just that one
No,
time?
pretty much. I have been like explicitly hit on like maybe 5 times in my life.
That's pretty good.
And I'm
Although-
really counting everything there.
One by a 15-year-old when you are at least 5 years older,
I
probably
must
even
have been.
7.
Yeah, I must have been.
Ooh,
And I'm
that's
making these ages up. I don't actually have any idea how old they were. I just remember a
I was gonna
very
say, did she tell you?
no. I'm guessing
that'd
at
be
the ages
so
based
weird.
on what I remember them looking like and what I thought at the time, and the fact that they were there with an older man who clearly was their father, and he clearly was not thrilled to be in the situation either.
I do love the idea of them being very upfront with their age. Like, I'm 15, but I'm into you. And you're like,
Yeah.
Great.
By the way,
can't do
what is
anything
going
about
on
it.
with the stream?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's disconnected.
Are
Like we're still
we-
live, it says, but the video output is just white.
Yeah.
Can you hear us on the stream? Are we
Oh, that's a good
broadcasting?
test. Let's find out. Hold on. Hold please. Well,
I'm not going to hold. Yeah, we'll still talk. I'm going to assume that we're still up and running. So back to you, Muscle V. What do you like?
Definitely still running audio wise.
Good. Well, in that case, let's just jump right into our main segment. We're going to try to get out of here a little earlier than usual. So, you guys are somewhat experienced in buffets. I am going to go on record and say neither one of you are buffet experts, and yet you've been tasked with building the best buffet. We've got 5 different ways to assess our buffet expertise. I wish I would have thought of that word beforehand. So here we're gonna jump right into it. Since Muscle V failed to put up a poll and we couldn't effectively decide who the czar was at the end of last episode, I am going to retain czarship. Suck it.
This just feels like a dictatorship now. You
I
just are
would-
refusing
I
to relinquish control.
I asked for him to put up a poll, so I don't feel
That's
bad
true.
at all by that. Anyway, so with that, Pants Man, because you're the biggest rebel rouser, you're gonna go first. Muscle V, we're gonna slot you right in the middle, and I, of course, am gonna bring up the rear.
Because
So
you're
again,
about
because I am the greatest dictator of all time, and I lead by other people's examples.
okay.
So, again, it's your job to build the best possible buffet you can. And we're going to go through 5 different areas of the buffet world. So, Pantsman, with that in mind, what is the best cuisine?
Well, now that I've heard what Muscle V has to say, I'm slightly worried that I'm stealing something out from under you, buddy. But it's going to happen. I'm going to say that for me, for what I consider from my upbringing, kind of the classic buffet food is going to be Chinese, and I'm gonna give a slash because Chinese, what we always call it, was always the China buffet of some kind, but it was never exclusively Chinese food. It was like general American style Asian cuisine. So that is what I would make my top cuisine. But of course, mine's going to be a higher class of cuisine than the kind of really low standard food I found at most of the ones I went to growing up.
So you're going to do an Amish Chinese buffet?
An Amish, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be an Amish style Chinese / Asian American cuisine buffet.
Yeah, it's definitely always, anytime you go to a Chinese buffet, it's always just Chinese food, and then there's sushi. That's usually your 2
Yeah.
choices.
I will say though, I think that's a big mistake because you have so much competition. Like everywhere you
Yeah,
go,
that's true.
every single place you go, there's a Chinese buffet around the freaking corner. So
We don't know that. Maybe COVID took a lot of them out. Maybe there's some white space.
So speaking of white space, this is not. First of all, this is going to be much higher calorie. The food is going to be so much better than you're going to get any other Chinese buffet. And as we've just established, it's going to be entirely staffed by the Amish, which is a real curveball, but one I'm currently really excited about.
Okay. I'm surprised that you're not more excited about this, Muscle Bear.
well,
Those
mine's definitely better.
Oh, sure. So is mine, but I'm first of all, just because mine's better doesn't mean I can't enjoy your guys' buffets.
No, you can, but if we're building the best, like obviously mine's gonna be the best. And
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
I feel like just based on the size of each of us and having eaten with all of us, I'm a little concerned if we're all eating each other's buffet, I'm the one getting the short end of that stick.
Why? What are you talking about? You have the worst.
Because you're gonna eat so much more of my food. Like my food costs are going through the roof because you two are coming by.
Oh.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna go to your place and it's gonna be like, how much can I really eat? I'm tiny. I say that, but that's not entirely true. I can put away a lot of food.
Yeah, you can put away a surprising amount.
In fact, on this, not to get too much ahead of ourselves about talking about our bachelorette parties, but
Okay.
One of my biggest mistakes this weekend was I just ate so much that my stomach was I would try to drink a drink and it'd be just like, where are you putting it? I got nothing. I got no space.
I had a similar issue, except that it was I had to then move afterwards. It was the moving that was the problem. I had no problem putting down the drinks to go with the food, but I was basically rolling down the strip.
Oof.
All right. Anyway, Muscle V, what's the perfect cuisine? What do you got for us?
So my best buffet is something that I don't think anybody's has as a buffet.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're talking about barbecue. You got your brisket, your ribs, pulled pork, chicken, turkey, all that stuff in a buffet. I don't think it's ever been done before, and I'm gonna do it.
I'm not sure it has either.
I don't know. It does sound somewhat unique, but I also have a hard time believing nobody's done that. Certainly, there's like the Brazilian steakhouses, which are not really a buffet, but are kind of a buffet.
Not a
They do
buffet.
contain a buffet, but not for the barbecue parts.
Yeah.
Right.
Interestingly enough, that is an interesting. I don't think that they probably because of how much care it goes into these meats, how much time they take. It would not behoove you. That's why I would have to assume that's the problem.
Not
Because
Yeah,
everywhere
I don't
else,
know if you've slow cooked these ribs, to make them just absolutely perfect, and then you just stick them under a heat lamp for 2 hours. I don't know.
I mean,
yeah, I think there's.
we got people eating left and right. We're not worried about it sitting under a heat lamp for 2 hours. We're
Yeah, you're
busy.
gonna need like one guy manning the grill for 4 days straight.
No, you put it in the smoker, you're good.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like more like a steam engine. You're gonna have to constantly replenish it.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
I can put away a shitload of brisket without even thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I also feel
that's
like with the cost of like meats are your expensive part of anything, and like a lot of buffets are going to hide some of the cost by like breading things or by doing giving you lots of different types of breads and sides. I feel like yeah, barbecue can come with a lot of different sides, but the meats that you get at a barbecue are always so expensive. Like usually you get to pick like 2 or 3 portions of meat for like $40 and then a couple sides. You got to imagine if you're not having to, you don't have to get the sides, like you can just indulge in all the meats. I mean, I don't know how
It's
expensive is this going to get.
it's
For
not
either
cheap.
you're going to lose money or you're going to be so pricey that nobody's going to go.
How
yeah.
much
I'm
how
concerned.
much was the Caesar's buffet?
It was a double what I thought it was gonna be. It was way too much. It was $70.
So- I mean, that sounds right.
You think you could maintain just barbecue for at that price?
Per person, I think so, yeah.
Now they did have a brisket. They did have it at a carving station, so maybe you could kind of go that route.
Yeah,
I
but I feel
mean,
like
we'll
at
get
a
to that
buffet like
later.
that, a more general buffet like that's kind of like a little part of it. Like
Yeah,
he's advertising the whole reason to go to this place is to get
yeah.
smoked meats. And
I mean, I want to go to it, but I don't. It does seem like it just can't be done.
I mean, I thought I complained earlier that I was gonna get the short end of the stick. We're gonna eat his pants.
Yeah, you're gonna be hella broke. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna smash so much brisket.
How much is
And
Elon putting into this thing?
Uh, so much.
that's good. It's probably still not gonna work.
Now, I will say for over the weekend for my birthday, my brother did smoke.
Oh yeah, happy
He
birthday, by the way.
Thank you. He did smoke a whole brisket. I had like 3 pieces and I was full. So you may think you can crush a ton of brisket, but I think that
Oh,
uh
interesting.
yeah, I don't think you can. I think you can get full very fast.
Or
No,
were you
wait a
just
minute, wait a
eating
minute, wait a
brisket?
minute, wait a minute. First of all, I assume brisket was the main dish. That was like the thing that was
Correct.
fancy and special.
Yeah, I mean there's
Now,
some salads and stuff and potatoes, but
but I'm
um,
saying you didn't sit down with a plate of nothing but like 3 pieces of brisket, eat it, and then go, I'm stuffed.
no.
Right? You had eaten a bunch of other stuff that was surrounding it. And I know a buffet is going to have that stuff too. I
Yep.
get that. I'm just saying that, you know, I don't know. I feel like people very strategic about it. They know they're paying $70. They're going to strategically try to grab at the most, what they think are the most expensive things. So I don't know. I think you're going to get a lot of people with the meat sweats at your place. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean we'll
Well,
see.
I have no problem with the meat sweats. The barbecue. The hell was I gonna say? Uh, the three brisket slices. That's very disappointing. I don't
I
understand.
I thought I could eat a lot more and then I started eating and I was like, man, this is very
Very fooling.
filling.
Okay. Um. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So barbecue places, they do know that they've got the expensive meats, so they do dress up their sides. Like bread pudding always sounds more enticing than it actually is, or
Right.
cornbread pudding.
Yep.
Like they've figured out ways to get tricky. I think you can trick the most of the population going to a buffet.
I
Uh,
think one of the key things will be like having sides that are actually tasty because it is true that they're always going to have mac and cheese. They're going to have
yeah,
all this cornbread, all this stuff. But I find most barbecue places I go to, the sides are really just there because they had to have sides, and I feel like most of the time I'm not that impressed by the sides at a barbecue joint.
I will say though, those Brazilian steakhouses, I mean, they're still in business. They're not going anywhere, and they must go through a ton of meat. So if they can
That's
do
true.
it, I can do it for
Well,
sure.
they do put in a world-class side buffet. Like it's really good. That's why they do it
They
on purpose.
also they also slow you down by being a at the table. They bring it and you get what they hand you,
That's
as
Yeah.
true.
opposed to
That's true.
a heat bar where you're literally grabbing an entire tray of ribs because you can.
Yeah, you can't make a mad dash up there and smash it before you get full. That's a very good point. You've really
But
taken
I still want to go
you've
there.
taken the yeah, absolutely. You've taken the Brazilian steakhouse and made it undoable. It probably was already on very thin margins.
We'll figure it out.
I doubt it. I mean, you'll figure out how to close very quickly.
We'll see. We'll see.
You know, it's really forgiving and offers a lot of opportunities to learn and grow as you burn through cash. Restaurants.
Yeah, especially the buffet.
All right, Jeeves, I
Well,
want to hear what yours is going to be.
yeah, I think you guys are. I mean, I think you'll be kicking yourselves. You left a lot on the table. I'm not going to do that. I got a world cuisine, multi
Boo.
international.
Boo. First of
What do you
all,
mean? What do you
Jake,
mean,
first of
boo?
all, I'm booing because you can't just like you can't say, "Oh, cuisine, I pick all of them." Like that's kind of cheating. But also, I already cheated. I said all Asian food in the American
Yeah,
style, which is
that's right.
already pretty much what, a third of the world?
Yeah, you fucked up. You should have just got the other room. I well, why not? I didn't say you couldn't choose all the cuisine. You
Go ahead.
limited yourself.
Pitch us on your all the cuisine thing.
What do you mean pitch you? What's there to pitch? You have access to everything.
But what do you got to at least throw some examples out? Like, what are the things you're going to serve? Because you can't just say everything because you
Well,
wouldn't
that's
be
what
able to.
we'll get into. I think you'll see why it's going to work in a little bit. But I will say, I like the Caesar's buffet is that's kind of the point, right? It hits a bunch of different countries' styles of food.
Yeah. You're
Um,
squeezing, the what's that Disney Epcot? You're just squeezing Epcot into a
yeah.
room.
Although, yeah, Lil Fuse just went to Epcot and she said the food was incredible.
That's what I've heard.
yeah, I think we may be going to Epcot as well this year.
We're gonna have to get into that another time because I don't know why you would right now. That would be a very weird choice to me.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll get
punt
to that
that to
later.
a future episode, a very soon to come episode. I want to talk about that in depth. All right. Yeah. Anyway, world obviously correct answer. You guys fucked up. I do think you'll probably allow it when you hear the rest of it, but if not, I
Okay.
will. I have a fallback.
Okay.
Okay. So, Pants Man, we know that you've hit pretty much all of Asia, certainly China, in an American style, cooked by Amish people. Where is this buffet?
I thought about this, and full disclosure, I've been watching Kim's Convenience.
Okay.
Um,
So it's on the set of Kim's Convenience.
no, close. So that is a Toronto-based sitcom, and it is about Korean people, and they're in Koreatown in Toronto. Now, I've never been to Toronto. I've heard
T-Dot,
great
baby.
things.
Love
I would
T-Dot.
love to go. I think
Me and Muscle V went together.
it seems
Yeah.
like a great place, and it seems like a city that's relatively like clean. It's Canada, you know. It's like high class America. It's like America that tries. So I feel like that is the perfect place. It's got a big Asian population, at least for North America. It's got that big city feel. So it's got enough people to be coming and partaking of this. And I think it is exactly where a world class, high end buffet could do really, really well.
I will tell you, Pantsman, that when Jeeves and I did go to Toronto, we actually stayed was it Chinatown, right?
Yeah, it was definitely an Asian town. I think
Yeah,
it was
Asian town or
Chinatown. I
Chinatown.
didn't know there was a Koreatown, so maybe it was there. And we were pretty. We went there when we were 19, and we were very drunk because we were able to buy alcohol. So
Sure.
not 100% sure, but I think it was Chinatown.
I'm not 100% sure that the so-called Koreatown that I think they referenced in this show about Koreans was necessarily the most accurate understanding of what Toronto is like. It's a sitcom I'm watching, but I am enjoying it.
Also,
Fair enough.
is your like demographics that you're targeting the Chinese people in Toronto? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I do think this is a mistake to go to Koreatown for this.
So it is. It is going to be. It's not going to be in Koreatown. It's going to be in Toronto. I'm just saying they have a Koreatown.
I'm sorry. I
I'm
thought you
saying
were saying in
I
the
was just
Koreatown.
referencing that it's got a high population of Asian immigrants and Asian people, and so I think that there will be a wealth of knowledge and ability to bring in really great styles of cooking into the I can feed off of that culture in a predatory way apparently.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then use
yeah.
Amish
Oh
people
yeah.
to use Amish people to be my cheap labor.
The
I
the
think
one
we're all going to be exploiting people. It's in some fashion in this.
yeah
That's fine.
the one thing is that those Chinese people are not gonna be eating your American Chinese food. Like I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's
sure
why
that's guaranteed.
it. I think it's okay if it's outside of Koreatown. I thought you were putting it right in
No, no,
near
no,
the convenience
no.
store.
Because so I think the problem is that if you do a buffet that specifically caters to like authentic cuisine of any kind, the people, the number, there just aren't enough people that are interested in that or willing to do it. I think if you go for the more kind of Americanized versions of things, you get a bigger population center willing to go. So that's why it's not in Koreatown. I'm just saying it needs to have enough, Asian people or Chinese people or whatever to lend an air of authenticity. You want the Americans to, or I guess in this case Canadians, to feel like they're going to a place that's genuine. You just don't show them the Amish in the back.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that.
I just want to go to Toronto, if I'm being honest.
It's all right. I think I would rather go to Montreal, having never been there, but
Ooh, I love
Toronto's pretty
Montreal.
cool.
The problem with Montreal, it's such a food town. You can't. I mean, I can't compete with that.
Yeah, that's smart. You've made a good decision there. Okay. How about you, Muscle V? Where are you headed to with your barbecue joint?
It's the greatest barbecue buffet of all time 'cause it's the only barbecue buffet of all time. And where do you put the best? Obviously, on the Strip in Vegas.
That's
I'm
smart.
not worried about any competition because nobody has what I have.
Well, I don't even having just been
Immense
there.
debt.
Having just been there, you don't have to worry about competition. There's so many fucking people everywhere.
Yep.
It's hard to, stand around in Vegas. You'd be okay there. I think that is smart because you got people coming from all over. It they're just in for whatever weird ass experience they can see. Like they don't care that it's insane that this is a barbecue
I
buffet.
don't know though. I do feel like you know, the kind of people going to Vegas, they're looking to gamble. They're looking to make a buck. And I think they're all gonna be on some level on that mindset of how can I game this? How can I jackpot this experience? So like they're
Ooh, that's
definitely gonna be the
true.
people looking for a way to make the most bang for their buck. And yeah, they're going to pay $70 for this. Maybe they even pay as much as 100 for a more high end, all these meats. But I feel like they're probably going to be more inclined to gravitate towards all the fucking really expensive cuts and just devour them.
I mean, that's fine, and we're banking on their wives not eating that much.
Wow.
Yeah, that's wow.
Sexist and
Yeah, why take shots
bad
at
at
them?
business.
Also, why do you think that the wives are even going? They didn't get the invite.
We don't know that.
Oh, wow.
It's what we're
Even
banking on.
worse. Even
Well,
worse.
actually, real talk. I am just thinking. I saw. Well, I think half the strip was bachelor or bachelorette parties, so you really aren't getting your significant other there.
That's true.
Um, I think the strip is probably a mistake though, because it is a very good food town. You have to bring your A game food wise, and I don't think you're going to be able to do that and maintain any sort of cost structure. So,
Well, we will because we are gonna have the best food
because it's made
on the
up.
strip.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be really difficult to. You're probably gonna end up with a very cheap barbecue. It's gonna
Nope.
be like deep off the strip.
Nope.
It's gonna be like, the bonus scenes in Hangover,
I mean,
basically.
you
You
haven't.
you grab you grab a plate of ribs and it's just whatever meat they make the McRib out of.
You haven't even heard the rest of it. Like, wait till you hear the rest of it before you judge.
Okay, you're right. You're right. That's true. I just
Although
can't imagine
judging
the
as we
work.
go is the format of
It,
the show.
it is the premise, yeah, but it's fair. You can save it. I just doubt you will because we've heard you talk many
But you
times.
make a good point. We haven't done near enough judging of Jeeves yet. So let's hear it, Jeeves. Where are you going to
Agreed.
be?
So I think this works. I googled it to make sure it was actually a place because I wasn't even sure about that. I'm gonna put mine right on Mount Olympus. Not like the top,
What
obviously, but like
are you
somewhere
talking about?
somewhere in base camp. This is
Why?
So you'll
the
have
highest mountain
seven
range in
people.
Greece.
You'll have 7 people eat there
No, it's
all year
accessible.
long.
It's probably accessible by car.
You're
I
making
think.
no money at all in this world buffet that you have going on here.
So I will admit, I don't know if it's a particularly accessible buffet. So if worst case it's not really gettable by vehicle, we'll just put it where the fucking Parthenon is. We'll just knock that shit down because that is a waste of goddamn time. I visited the Parthenon. It was the most boring fucking shit of my life. You wait in a line for like 4 hours just to get to basically a building.
Yeah,
Horrible experience.
right. But we're going with your first option of the base camp of Mount Olympus, right?
I think I'm gonna assume that works. That's very drivable too.
All right. Well, you have no people eating at your buffet, so you are
What are you talking
clearly
about?
broke.
Why wouldn't people go to that?
How many people go to Mount Olympus every year? Did you look that up?
No, but probably thousands. I mean, I first had to make sure it was a real mountain range,
Pants
but
man, what's the number?
So I've been Googling population Mount Olympus. Now, the first thing I saw was insane. It said 961. But then I clicked on it, and this is not Mount Olympus in Greece. This is a neighborhood or maybe a city in LA. And this is what it says on their website, or a website. It says Mount Olympus is a suburb of the city of Mount Olympus.
oh,
What?
that is confusing.
That does not make sense. I think maybe they meant a suburb of the city of Los Angeles.
I will absolutely be putting a satellite one in Mount Olympus, LA. Is that what we're calling it? Mount Olympus, Mount Olympus. Absolutely have a branch one there.
I don't know how you can sustain one. Like if that's going to be your main one, you're not getting any visitors.
Oh, it's gonna be dope. People are gonna be like, "Yes, I cannot wait to go to this place."
Also,
But
I never hiked and went, you know what, before this hike, let me go to a buffet or after I finish hiking, you know what, I just had an amazing, hike
no,
up
it's
or
a,
down this mountain. I'm going to go eat at a buffet to shove my face.
it has nothing to do with hiking. The destination's this buffet. People are once they're
Oh,
done
okay.
eating, they're turning around and they're like, "I'm not going up Mount Olympus. I've just had the greatest buffet, the greatest world buffet of all time."
Okay, so I look. I've been trying quickly to search the internet with an unnamed search engine that would tell me some kind of indicator of like what kind of population are we talking about here. So in terms of locals, I couldn't get any kind of like population data for actual Mount Olympus. But what I did see was the like cities and like municipalities near Mount Olympus were all named something village. They were all villages. None of them seemed to rise above village. So I don't think we're talking about a well populated part of the world. Now, I tried a different tact. I said, how many people visit Mount Olympus? Because it doesn't matter if a lot of people don't live there. There could be a place that just receives a lot of visitors. Now it says, and I think you're going to think this is a big number when I say it, but it is, I'm pretty sure, not at all. 10,000 people climb Mount Olympus every year.
Yeah, but how many people go to just the base?
Why would you go
Why
to the
would you
base?
go to just the base?
Because there's a world-class buffet.
Oh my gosh. This is, we've done versions of this game. We've done all kinds of things on this show where we've had to name a thing that we think is the best or the smartest or the greatest or the most profitable or the most interesting. This might be your dumbest answer of anything ever. This might be the dumbest thing you've ever chosen. It's completely nonsensical. I don't understand how it checks any boxes, and it just seems like you threw a dart at a map.
No, absolutely not. Just wait till you hear the rest of it.
Boy.
You're incorrect though. People are going to drive to this. And people in Greece, they don't have a lot to do.
Drive to it. Well, a great big part of the world can't drive to it.
No, yeah. I'll have a shuttle.
A space shuttle?
Maybe. No,
By the way,
it's not
the whole point
high
of
up.
this. The whole point of this was in your mind that it was going to be all the world's cuisine. So I thought you were going to pick some kind of a neutral territory that isn't really part of. Like I thought it was going to be like in the middle of the ocean or on the moon or something. And you kind of did that.
On the moon would be cool. I should think about that.
Yeah, why don't you
That would
change
work.
that to 0? That'd be great.
Can you imagine? You're on the moon. It costs billions of dollars to get any supplies up there, and you've installed an all-you-can-eat establishment.
Yeah, and it's only $50. Yeah, no, it'll work. It'll play. Guys, trust me.
That'll be a third location. You'll have such success in the mountains of Greece that you'll open you'll pick the smallest suburb you could find in Los Angeles, and then third stop, the moon.
No, we're knocking down the Parthenon too. I'm definitely doing that one. So there's at least 4 locations.
You know, that's funny. You'll have 2 Greece locations, and then all of a sudden you're in Los Angeles. And that sounds stupid and crazy, but I can't tell you how many times I'll click on like a restaurant's website and like, oh, it's a chain. I didn't realize there was more than one. And it's like, do you want to see the menu for Indianapolis or Miami? And it's like, what are you talking about? Why are those the options?
Yeah. No, this would be great. This is gonna work. You guys are gonna feel foolish by the end of this. As Muscle V said, don't judge until you've heard the whole thing.
Well, I mean,
Well-
I think it's fair to judge yours just based on what you just said.
That seems unfair.
That seems very fair. Because it was dumb.
All right. Well, you're gonna feel foolish at the end, as always. Hence, reignings are forever. Anyway, so next round. Do you guys want to do the next 2 together, or do you want to keep them separate? Either's fine with me. Name and gimmick.
I'm
Let's-
good with whatever.
Let's do them separate. I don't see any.
Okay.
I don't see how. I don't know. At least in my case, how I would have an advantage by putting them together.
All right, but if you start talking about the name and then immediately go into the gimmick, I'm gonna be mad.
No. Mine is just about the name. I don't.
Okay.
No.
right.
Okay.
Well, let's hear it.
So, my name. So I'm going to give you the name and then I'm going to give you explanation for the name. I don't know if I'm explaining what I'm going to explain, but okay. Mine is called the Dragon Boat Fae.
Okay.
So,
Boat
the Dragon Boat Festival is a major Chinese holiday. It's
How do you spell
pretty-
boat Fae?
well. I chose to spell it for my notes here.
Oh, no.
BOA, capital BOAT, capital FETT.
Okay. So boat fat.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. And it doesn't make you think Faye. But
It's Boba Fett's brother.
it's going to confuse people. But I like
I want to get down there to Boba Fett. I hear it's all you can eat.
I remember when all the older people would call it chipotle?
Yeah.
Chipotle?
Chipotle.
Going to the chipotle?
People still call it that sometimes.
Anyway, so it's a great holiday. My theme, my cuisine is Chinese inspired, and so I just thought that why not have a great dragon. Dragon's always going to be a great name for anything, and the Dragon Boat
Sure.
Festival happens to be a great Chinese holiday that just happened. It was just last week. So Dragon Boat Fae.
I don't really know why the Chinese have cornered the market on dragons. It's a made up animal. Why can't the rest of us use dragons more often?
Well, I don't think they have. I think there are a lot of dragons across the world. It's just that the Chinese have that kind of long snake-like dragon being their main dragon. Like that is the one they came up with, and so that's their thing. But like, there's the kind of Charizard style dragon that is more common in like Western cultures.
The Pokemon.
Yeah, what are you talking
I
about?
knew that was a bad example, but
You just mean Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Which is also Japanese.
no, but I know it's Japanese. I knew that was a bad example. It's just the one that popped in my head. But that shape, that general shape, like that Charizard does not look like a traditional Chinese dragon. He
Yeah.
looks like the kind of dragon you'd get in like a Lord of the Rings or a, whatever.
Oh, there is a dragon in Lord of the Rings. There you go. That's a good example.
Probably should have led with that.
Yeah, totally forgot there was one there. That is about it. Oh, and Game of Thrones. There you go. Okay, we're back. Good work. No problem with the name other than the spelling. The spelling is incorrect.
I mean, the only way to make it work, like the only way to make you think, oh, I just realized, oh man. So I wrote buffet on my notes above this and I spelled it right. And then I was trying to connect it with the word boat, and I guess I just didn't bother to look. It's very wrong the way I did. Should have been 2 F's and 1 T.
Yep. Or even
Yeah.
just one F, one T, maybe. But once you add the second T, you've really just caused problems.
I just added, I just changed it to 2 F's and 1 T. And
I have wrote the dragon boat fat, and I'm
no, I
sticking
know,
with
and
it.
that's fine. You can see that. It actually looks, it still looks strong. It doesn't look right. A
I think
dash
making
doesn't
it-
help much.
We'll see how it all plays out, but I think just making it one word was probably the right move.
Yeah.
Would have been the right move. All right. What about you, Muscle V? What's the barbecue joint?
Yep. Barbecue joint name is Smokin' V's Barbecue Buffet.
Probably should have just guessed that, right?
Always gonna have his name in it.
You got to. Get
I
ownership.
like the idea. It's a very Vegas thing. The like cowboy, the like neon cowboy that's smoking.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still a thing or if it came down already, but I'm just picturing like that, like it's Smokin' V. So I'm just imagining that you are just like, and your face is now a neon sign, and you've got like a cigar in your craw.
We're not a cigar shop.
Your place is going to be disgusting because Vegas is one of the few places you can still smoke indoors.
Ooh.
People are going to flock to that. You're going to get the wrong kind of smoke in a lot of your meats.
And I mean, that's okay. We'll have very good ventilation. Also,
The views for ventilation.
yeah, our logo is not going to be me with a cigar. It's going to be a cow with a cigar.
So wait. I want to backtrack a little bit because I don't think this is relevant to the rest of us, but I think it's definitely relevant to yours in terms of location. You said the Strip, but are you just like your own standalone thing on the Strip? Are you partnered with a casino? Like what? Where are you?
That is a good question.
I think you have to partner with the casino. Like if you're a standalone, I don't think you're as popular.
So which is
What are you talking about?
Which casino?
The Taco Bell Casita or whatever. That's by itself.
Talk about Cantina.
Cantina, sorry.
That's also not making in the money that I'm trying to make.
Okay.
How do you know?
So trying to back you up, bro.
We haven't decided
Damn.
on that yet, but we're somewhere on the Strip.
No, you got to pick one.
Alright.
You got to remember one and then pick it.
Remember all the freaking hotels.
You
on
don't
the
have
Strip?
to. You don't have to remember all. You have to remember one. Also, did you say all the hotels on the Strip?
It's like casinos.
See,
okay.
if you were smart, you would bulldoze the Caesars just to piss off Jeeves.
Oh, you know what? You know how we stayed at the Flamingo?
Uh-huh.
apparently just got bought out last week.
Oh wow.
By who?
What do you mean by who? Craig, what the fuck do you care by who?
Why do I care that it got bought out?
That's just weird. The place that we stayed at got paid. What do you mean?
I
You don't
don't
think
know why
that's-
you think that's weird.
That it got bought out last
That a
week?
place that we stayed at once got purchased? Why is that
Well,
news?
Like the week before I showed up to it, though. You don't think that's anything? Not
I don't
even.
think that's
Not
anything.
even like, oh, interesting.
It's not a thing.
Well, and also they're probably gonna have to tear it down because it was a shitty casino, and they have to make it way bigger to get costs back.
Yeah. Anyways, I was at the Bellagio because it was one of the better.
Because you can. Because
I'm glad you finally searched for
I,
one.
I also stayed there.
Oh, you really probably could have come to that sooner then.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah. It's been a long week.
Bellagio is where we had that weird tapa thing food where the waiter chose all of our food for us. Is that right?
Was that? I don't even know where we were for that. I know it was.
I think it was. It was one of them, obviously. All right.
Well, I'm
anyway.
excited to hear about drug-addled Jeeves's world cuisine in Olympus. So what's the title of yours?
It's Buff Feats.
Now,
Buffy.
is this the part where
Buffy.
we're supposed to? It's all going to click, and we're all going to agree with you that this is the greatest idea,
No,
or is that still to come?
I want to remind you. I offered to package the two together.
So is that like a buffet where you, like something with feet? You said buffet, right?
Buff Feats. Yes, it is with feet.
Oh, you're saying yes to that?
Okay. Can you explain more?
No, because you guys said you wanted to keep
No, wait.
them separate.
You're the last one to go for
I
names.
I
So if
think-
you want to
I
start
think
the
you're-
round of,
No, I want to leave.
gimmick, you can.
I want to leave the mystery alive.
Okay.
But I think you guys are.
Can you spell it?
Yes, you're misspelling feet. That is a noteworthy thing.
Okay, but you need to spell it.
Oh, okay. It. I have to think about how I want it spelled. It's capital BUF, capital FEATS.
Sorry,
Okay.
one more time.
Capital BUF.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, capital BUF, capital FEATS.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I mean, I will say this. You did a better job of spelling than I did.
Yeah, I spelled it right. I
But
might separate it into two words. I'm not sure yet.
But yeah, Buffeets just doesn't sound appetizing.
That is how people would pronounce it, isn't it? Trying to get down there to Buffeets. Yeah.
Because yeah, it's just you want to say Buffeets, not
Buffeets.
feeds. You know, it's just Buffeets.
Maybe I'll just lean into it. Maybe we'll capitalize the first F.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I feel like feats plus Mount Olympus. I think I'm starting to see where this is going.
No way.
It's not
Get out of here.
good.
No way.
It's not good. It doesn't work.
You don't know
But-
that. You don't know what's happening.
All right.
All right.
Terrible name. I feel like the interesting thing about you, I feel like we keep shortchanging how much we're ragging on yours because it's just so universally stupid and bad that there's not much to pick apart. It's just lies there limp. Buffeets.
Buffeets is dramatically worse. Although it does sound kind of French, so people would probably go there anyway.
Okay.
I feel like you're going for like it's a feat. It's something impressive, but like Buffeet just sounds like you're defeated.
I did originally write it as two separate words, and it was a lot of F's in a row. So I was like, you know what? I can shorten this. And that might have been a mistake looking back. All right. Well, anyway, you guys are dumb. You'll see that it's genius. So the dragon boat fete What's the gimmick? What makes this special other than the fact that Amish people secretly cook it?
All right. It is not unique that a buffet have like a drink pairing, like an unlimited drink pairing as an option. However, what I think will be unique and will be exciting to people is a Chinese slash Asian buffet where you can get unlimited, you can pay a little extra, get unlimited alcoholic drinks, but they will all be made like actual like Asian cocktails and Asian inspired cocktails, as well as like liquors and beers and drinks that are from Asia. So like you'll see sake some places, you'll see some like Japanese wines and what have you. There are out there Asian liquors that people can get and drink. But how often do you really, and how much do you really know about, and how much have you really sampled and tried all kinds of different Asian alcohols? I feel like that is something that one of the brilliant things about a buffet is you can try things that you may not have tried on your own. You wouldn't want to buy a whole plate of it. You wouldn't buy a whole drink of it. You wouldn't want to buy a whole bottle of it. But you'll sample it. You'll give it a shot, maybe literally. So that is my gimmick, is that you can come to this place and you can not only get wonderful high-class Amish level food that is Chinese and Asian inspired, but you can also explore an entire Asian world of alcoholic beverages of all kinds
So
for a set price.
What's the mechanism of delivering this alcohol? Is it just waiter, or is there some fancy device you've got?
So it's all you can drink. So I would say
Yes.
that there's definitely a bar, really nice bar where you can go up and get like a craft drink made for you. If it's going to be like a cocktail.
You've added a bar to your buffet.
So what I would recommend is, because it's a buffet, right? So you know how you say at a like a cheap hotel in the morning you go to get like orange juice out of this like dispenser thing? That's what you need to do with all your alcohol. Have dispensers so there's no wait.
And not label them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So I'm halfway there. I was going to say, so if you want like a mixed drink, you got to have somebody who knows how to make it. So that is why that is going to be a bar. But you don't want to wait in a long line to get like just a beer or a wine. So there will be like grab and go coolers that you can access to just grab a beer or grab a bottle of wine for your table.
Do I need to tip this bartender every time I get a drink?
Yeah, there's a lot of logistic problems with this. I don't think you've thought this through. I don't. People might not even come here for food at this point. I mean, just come here to get smashed. All you can drink is never a move. I don't think. In fact, the Caesar's buffet has mimosas, but it's the only thing that you could also pay for. Like you have to add it on. And it is all you can drink, but it's an add-on all you can drink, and it's just mimosas.
Well, it sounds to me like I've created a pretty wonderful, unique gimmick that'll be a real draw.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going under after like the first.
You're spending a ton of money on alcohol. Alcohol is very expensive.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to eat at your buffet.
First of all, that's a crazy thing to say. You're not going to just drink and not get a base of food on your stomach. Like, that's just a recipe for disaster. And
yeah, you might get a plate.
And also, it's not like it's a $10 unlimited. It's going to be you're going to pay some money for this unlimited alcohol. And also, alcohol, while expensive, is actually a pretty big markup at a restaurant. Like it's not like your actual cost is as high as it would be if you were selling them individually.
Not if it's all you could drink.
Well, and if you're dropping like Stoli's vodka or some shit, you're doing fancy Asian alcohols.
I didn't say they were fancy.
Where do you even get them?
You import them in bulk.
Oh yeah, you're broke, man. You are broke.
Horrible decision. I mean, I love the Asian alcohol. You should have like at best a featured couple of drinks or something. Also, you can't do grab and go beer. That alone will take you under, I think.
Nah, it's a good idea.
I think yours went from the most realistic and doable to the least. I think from this move right here.
I think yours is still unrealistic based on everything you said, Jeeves. But
unlimited Asian alcohol. She doesn't even know what that means.
You aren't getting customers. You have no profit. You're spending all this money on worldly food for your 7 people.
I will say, just wait till you hear this round. Um, but no, this is become a drink place. No one is again. You might get some food, especially when you're smashed, but you're not making it out of it. You're not making it out of like the first month.
Yeah, it depends on the price. Like if you're charging me like $50 for all you could drink and like $5 for the buffet, like I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, or it's like it's $250 for this buffet. And people are like,
Yeah,
nah.
yeah.
I'm
Especially with
the
the upper class, like you said, what upper class food, high class food.
Did
high quality food. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
this is upper class food?
yeah. Upper class food for those
How
upper
ritzy
class
are you?
people.
No, if you're dropping like, I mean, you sneezed at $70 for a buffet. I'm thinking over 100 for the pairing of the unlimited alcohol.
Now, is there a non-alcohol ticket?
You mean like soda? Like, what do you mean?
No. Well, sure, yeah, but like for the non-drinkers of the world.
Yeah, just
Are
the buffet.
I don't want their business.
No one goes to okay. If you're going to a Chinese place, like you're probably spending like $20 max, right, on this
Right, yeah.
on this dinner or lunch or whatever it is.
I mean, who knows with inflation nowadays what
Yeah,
the
I was gonna
price will
say
be, but
that was true like 5 years ago in the Midwest. I don't know. I don't know if that's true today everywhere, but
I don't
yeah,
know I don't know how you're charging less than 5 times the price for whatever the current price for a quote unquote Asian buffet is.
wait, say that again.
You're gonna be at least be 5 times more than whatever the average buffet costs.
Hmm.
We like twice
At
at
least.
most.
No, get the
You
fuck
said
out
over
of here.
$100. That's
For the alcohol pairing, not for the food buffet.
but you're not offering it to people that just want the food.
What are you
That's
talking
not an
about?
option.
You
What do you
just
mean?
said you don't want their business.
Yeah.
I, I don't know what you're getting at. There's a buffet of food that you come and pay for. If you want the alcohol pairing, that's extra.
That's
What
not
is confusing
that's
about that?
not what you
I've
just
never
said.
You've never said that, yeah.
Were you under the impression that this is all included? Because from the get-go, I said that the alcohol pairing would be a separate thing you'd pay for separately.
No,
We're
so
gonna run that.
yeah,
We're gonna run that back on Insta Replay. Absolutely not.
yeah. Jeeves asked if they want just food, no alcohol. You said I don't want their business.
Yeah. No, I'm saying no. He said, "What if they want drinks other than alcohol?" He didn't say if they want just food.
Well, that's I was getting at what if you don't want an alcohol, how much cheaper is this buffet? That was the question, basically.
Oh, that's not what I heard. I thought you were
Yeah,
asking like, what
we
are my
heard-
non-alcoholic drinks, and I was being snide about it because I didn't know why you cared about the non-alcoholic drinks at any place.
No, that's not the
No.
question.
Yeah, it's like a $40 to $50 buffet, and then if you want to get the drink pairing, that's another $100.
Oh, interesting.
$100 just for the drinks.
Yeah, but if it's
Well,
unlimited.
that's the thing. You want it to be, and maybe $100 is too high, I don't know, but you want it to be high enough that people aren't just going there because they're in college and they're going to get wasted because it's all free after they, you want them to actually pay enough that there's like a barrier to entry, but then still be a draw that they'll be like, ooh, this will be fun. We get to get drunk and try all these different drinks and it'll be reasonably priced in the end.
So
I see.
$150 later, I'm wasted.
Now,
And
if you're in Vegas, that's a great price.
that's true.
You're getting crushed.
Yeah.
There was like some places had $40 drinks.
But I think you're pricing yourself out of Toronto.
I have to assume so as well, but who knows? Who
Well,
the
I've
fuck
never
knows in
been
this current
there,
world?
so I thought that was as good a place as any to start a business.
I mean, I am on the principle intrigued. I don't think you need to have both unlimited and all of the types. I think you could get away with charging a regular person amount and saying like you get 6 shooters or whatever.
Well, yeah, maybe that's an idea that we can workshop this, I guess. Like maybe
Yeah,
it's
this is
not
crazy.
unlimited
This is crazy as
drinks.
fuck.
Maybe it's not unlimited. Maybe it's like
'Cause then
6 drinks,
You also run
but
the
you can
risk.
choose from the whole gamut of options.
Because if you offer unlimited alcohol, but then you still have the responsibility to cut people off, like
Right. Well, that's
they,
true. I
there's
guess
some problems there.
the heart of this gimmick, the heart of the idea is that you can sample and try Asian alcohol of all kinds. So
Yeah.
that's the heart of it. I'm not committed to the idea that it has to be unlimited as well. That's a good point. That's the way I framed it, because I was thinking, how do you get to try and sample lots of different things that you wouldn't otherwise experience?
Yeah, I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to write unlimited Asian alcohol because I am intrigued, but it's a horrible idea. Okay. Okay, Muscle V, what do you got? What's the gimmick? Let's smoke and V's.
Yep.
Is it
So
also a cigar lounge? Because that would work.
you obviously you can smoke cigars inside if you want.
Yeah, it's Vegas. You can't restrict them.
Yep.
That would not go over well.
Yeah. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos of people cooking meat, doing things with
Perfect.
meat, and so I'm gonna take the best of the best things that people do. People get a lot of likes in their videos, and we came up with we're gonna have an open kitchen where people can kind of not like open where people can go inside, but like an open view of the kitchen, so you can go like see what's happening in the kitchen. And the executive chef is going to pick up every single meat before it's cooked and slap it.
What?
That's what people do. They pick up the meat and slap it before they cook it. So people love it. So we're gonna do that. Then when they put the meat out, they're gonna take a knife and cut it. Wait, before they cut it, they're gonna take the knife and slide it across the top of the steak just to show how great the sear is. People love that too. Third, they're gonna go ahead and cut the meat. Once they cut it, they're gonna drop flaky salt on top. Boom.
People do fuck with the flaky salt. So watch the chef. Is that what I'm hearing?
Is that the whole gimmick?
It's a show. It's a show with your meal.
Dinner and a show.
It's not it's not a show. It's a performance with your meal.
Exactly.
But it is the actual food that you will be consuming. Is that right?
Correct. You'll be consuming that food.
But he's doing all the YouTube shit, so it's gonna add like 10 times the.
It's gonna all the YouTube people.
Oh,
that watch
that's
YouTube
how
videos.
you don't go bankrupt. You are slowing down the entire buffet process, because every time you're standing there waiting for this fucking brisket, you're like so excited, and the guy's just like futzing with it and won't just like feed you your damn food. Okay, that makes some sense.
But you have to hear that there's a great sear on it, otherwise you're not gonna eat it. You're like, there's no sear on here. I'm not eating it.
So I'm curious if this is going to translate, like in a YouTube video where you can zoom in on things and you can really talk about and highlight what you're doing. Like, is it in a big crowded restaurant full of people coming in and out, walking all the way around, trying to grab food with tongs? Is that the best environment for an artiste to be?
And we've thought about that.
Sprinkling salt.
We thought about that, and that's why we have video cameras and TVs around the restaurant where you can watch it from the comfort of your own seat or from the buffet line.
So he could just be doing it from his own home, and it could not be the food that you're eating. There's no reason to be there.
It's like when you go see a concert, but you're sitting like in the upper row, right? Like you can still see the guy doing the performance or whatever, but you're watching the screen.
I will say to that point, I have been in a concert watching the screen, asking myself, and I was not high, but I was still having like high thoughts of like, wait a minute. I usually listen to this on speakers and watch it on a screen. And now I've come to a live performance where I'm watching a screen and listening on speakers. What is happening?
Yeah, that's another one we'll have to get into. I am not a concert guy. So I am concerned too, if you're trying to get like the YouTube shots, that's like a lot of cameras you got to have set up, right?
We haven't figured out. It's also live on YouTube as they're doing it every time.
Yeah, so obviously, I feel like you're really setting yourself up. I think you're setting yourself up for a little bit of struggle here, because the world of food, media in general, but it's social media especially, like it's so fickle, and the thing that everybody's doing changes so fast. Like you're not going to be able to be like, okay, we've got the program, we've got the formula, this is what we do, it works every time. People are going to get bored so quickly, and it's going to be dated so quickly. You're going to have to be constantly evolving what your little performance is.
Yeah, we're going to be setting trends.
Which I feel like is a much better name for your
Setting,
place.
setting trends by scouring YouTube for what other people are doing.
Setting, yes.
To start off, we'll be doing that because that's like the biggest thing right now. But afterwards, once people are comfortable, we're gonna start setting trends.
You know what I always do when I start a business? I promise to innovate later. I'll come up with something new and original later. For now, I'm a copycat, but that's okay.
People love it. People love that.
Your
shit.
business models definitely follow the trends, not set the trends, which I think is fine. I don't think that's even a problem. You see someone do something on YouTube and then you go see it in real life, you're like, oh, cool, that is something people do.
Now, if you want to really recreate the true food porn experience on social media,
Make the
what
chef
you should
naked.
do, what you should do is you should have this chef, on these screens and even in person, really crafting this gorgeous, beautiful, amazing meal that just seems so high end and amazing. And then they go to the heat tray and they grab like dried out pulled pork and put it on, just like eating crap that's not very good while watching somebody really labor of love some food. Because that's how I watch every food thing. I'm never eating quality food when I'm watching people make amazing things.
I think I wouldn't hate this gimmick if it was a place where it takes a while to get a seat and you just need something to do while you're drinking beer. Like I could do that maybe. In a buffet, this is absolutely crazy as fuck.
Yeah, that would drive me nuts though. If you're like, you're hungry, it's dinner time, you want to eat, and all you're doing is watching somebody make food that you don't get to eat. That's no fun.
There's plenty of food out there for you.
Option.
There's plenty of food out there for you while you're also watching this.
Yeah, I'm not watching this. I can't imagine why I would go stop over and watch this here.
You can watch it from the buffet line while you're waiting in line.
Why am I waiting in line? It's a buffet.
Yeah, but you're trying to get like a certain meat and it's very popular.
Now I don't want to go to it because of the line thing. I hate lines. It's one of the best parts about buffets. You can eat right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if you go to like a busy buffet, like you never like have to wait a little bit to get something.
It's always the carving station, which is basically your whole business model, probably.
Well, that's why I always kept the carving station.
Yeah, that's the only time you have to wait is that or the omelet bar.
Yeah.
Anytime a chef's involved, which is your whole gimmick. Yeah, that's something, I guess.
All right,
Watch
world market over here.
Buff Feats. So I think you guys have probably figured out this is an Olympic themed restaurant. I don't think that's too much of a secret at this point. So I said it was world cuisine, but it's limited. So it is going to be whatever the top 5 countries of the last Olympics. That's going to be the food we feature at our buffet at any given time. Which isn't the gimmick. That is just how we're doing it. The gimmick is that each station, each country is going to have a food you can unlock by performing some feat. So it's an unlockable food menu.
What if
How exciting is that?
What if you can't perform the feat? Then you're just
you don't fucking get it. Yeah, this is a place of feats. There's food. There's other food for that country. Like, we have a bunch of American food. But if you want the fucking whatever that ham whatever, I don't know, some impressive dish, you got to perform. You got to do some sort of thing that requires dexterity or strength or something.
So to be clear, as of right now this may change in future, but probably not dramatically. Like if the Olympics was really competitive and countries were always vying for the top spots, like sure, that would be a fun changeover every time the menu changed. But I don't think you're gonna get that much turnover in the menu.
Always going to be Chinese and American options.
Yeah,
for sure.
So the top 5 as of right now: United States, China, Japan, Great Britain, and Russian. So you're gonna have fucking Russian food, Britain food, and American food, all not that different.
How did you do? Did you do total medal count? Because we're doing only golds, baby.
Oh, if we're going just based on gold, nothing changes.
Yeah, okay, but it will.
Even the order is the same.
At least between summer and winter, it will waffle.
I will say that Boot Radley is not getting a single unlockable meal.
That's
Like
correct.
like he will not get a single unlockable meal.
Some people, it's like it's not an unlockable meal. It's just an unlockable part. There's still plenty to eat, but
Okay,
yeah,
so I know you thought it would be better, but it's so much worse. If you're doing, if you're doing the top countries for the Winter Olympics, then you're serving Norwegian, United States, Germany, Canada, and Sweden. So very Nordic.
Oh, you can have
oh yeah,
meatballs.
yeah.
Only meatballs.
It's gonna be great. That's actually gonna be our secondary name. It's gonna be the colon name.
Every 2 years, it goes from buffets to only meatballs. Sorry, we're really committed to this premise.
It'll be called Unlockaballs.
Man, I mean, there are so many ways. Even if you had done like highlighting the food where the Olympics have been hosted, even that would have been a better way to get a.
I'm tacking it on. Tacking it on.
You can't change it now.
Nah,
It's
man.
a classic tack on. You
Nope.
got to tack
I mean-
on Amish. You got to tack on Amish people making your food. I think I could.
That's
tack
not
that.
even what I tacked on. What I tacked on was that my unlimited alcohol was just,
Yeah, because you're
which you
crazy
didn't
as
count
fuck.
anyway.
Yeah, because
So-
it was nonsense. Whereas
Anyway.
mine's clearly a salient point that makes plenty of sense.
No. I'm saying my tack on was that instead of being unlimited alcohol, it would be you get limited alcohol, but you can sample from all kinds of different things, which you did
Yeah.
not accept rightly,
Mhm.
since it was really your idea.
Hmm Correct.
And so you're stuck with Norwegian food, buddy.
Yep.
It's still fine.
And
The
only
gimmick's still the
meatballs.
gimmick. They'll be good ass meatballs though, especially the ones you have to unlock.
Yeah, we had to travel like a million miles just to get to it. So
LA, it's not that far.
yeah, yours is not in LA. You said yours is in Greece.
My third place is in LA.
Third.
Yeah, we're not counting the third place until we're sold on the first. Olympus is your headquarters, buddy, and it's terrible.
I can't wait. It's gonna be. You're telling me you wouldn't stop by. You're like you're in Greece. You're
I'm not
passing by
going.
Mount Olympus.
Of
course you are.
I'm not going to Mount Olympus. Although I will say, my boyfriend has been talking relatively recently about maybe going to Greece.
Oh, you're definitely going to Buffets.
You know what's funny though? He said that a friend of his had recently gone to Greece. Like he was telling me like 3 weeks ago, maybe we should go to Greece. And then 2 weeks ago, he's like, "Oh, a friend of mine just got back from Greece," and I thought he was going to say, "This is perfect. I already want to go. She can tell me about all the things she did." And instead, it was the complete opposite. Like, I don't want to be a copycat. Maybe we're not going to Greece. Like somebody else I like and trust went and enjoyed themselves. We can't follow them there.
Yeah, it's like wearing the same sweater at back-to-back parties. You can't do that.
Or since we're on the food topic, ordering the same thing at a restaurant.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you
do
can't.
That.
You
No
can never
way.
do that. Absolutely unacceptable behavior. Even if there's only one good sounding dish. All right. Well, clearly mine was the best. I obviously won that round. Pants Man, let's bring it home. What is your special station? You know, we've already talked about the carving station. We've already talked about how you can have an omelet bar. That's, you know, maybe you don't see it as much anymore, but a lot of times there was an ice cream sundae bar in places. Usually,
Can you shut up and let me just tell you what it's going to be, or do you need to keep telling me other options that it's not?
well, I was giving the audience, I was painting a picture for them because they haven't had 10 minutes to think about this.
I think the audience has heard of a special station. Like yeah.
Okay. For cutting me off, you better have a really good special station coming up. That's all
I think
I'm
I
saying.
do.
All right, let's hear
A
it.
hand rolled sushi bar.
All right, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, but isn't all sushi hand rolled?
Well,
Well,
you're custom ordering it, right?
Yeah. You're going up. You can pick what you want it to be, what you want inside of it. You get to watch them do it. It's all very fresh, high quality avocados and what have you. So
Just avocados, not the fish.
it's mostly avocado.
Toronto's known for their avocados, so that makes sense. Fresh pick.
No. obviously it's going to be, all the things you expect from good quality sushi, but it's going to be yeah, that's the thing. That's the carving station for me.
I have concerns.
Go ahead.
Sushi takes a while. I already don't know what I'm ordering half the time anyway. Like it usually takes a giant menu with pictures and then it takes a while. How are you moving people through the made to order sushi section?
Well, I mean, like an omelet bar, you're going to have somewhat limited options. It's going to be pretty clear what you can get. And so
No,
you,
because
you
everyone knows what goes in an omelet. Sushi, there's usually like combinations that go together that I don't know about offhand. And I've eaten
well, you
sushi
can add,
a
you can
billion
say,
times.
you can say chef's choice. So you can say, here's, you can get like the standard rolls that we know of. Like you can go off menu or you can go custom. It's your choice.
How many
What's
sushis
the
can my man make here?
What do you mean?
Oh, all? If I just say like give me the frog leg sushi, he's like, yeah, I know what that is.
No, I mean like what I don't have like a list in my head of the specific, sushis that are the defaults and the specific ingredients, but I'm saying like there will be a menu that says like here are the 10 rolls we do or here are the ingredients you can request in one or whatever.
Can't you
Most
just
of it
order that?
sound like you had a question.
Can't you just order that from your seat? Like I don't have to go to that special like section just to get it. I feel like I can be like, hey, bring me like this sushi.
Yeah, you don't really benefit watching him make it.
Especially
Have
if
you
I'm
ever watched
standing.
somebody make sushi?
It
Yeah.
is kind of fascinating. I take it back immediately. But there still is like you're not a sushi guy, right?
I am. I like sushi.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I wouldn't call myself I would not call myself a sushi guy, but I do like sushi.
Every time I've looked at a sushi menu, I look at it like I have, 10/20 vision. And I can't see. I'm bringing it back and forth. I'm like turning it upside down. I never know what I'm fucking ordering.
I'm just looking for the ones that have cream cheese mostly.
That's
Just give me cream
that's what I'm
cheese.
saying. That like it's in the omelet bar. You don't have to go looking around. You just pick the three things you like. In a sushi roll, you have to know what's in it ahead of time. It's confusing.
I feel like
It's gonna be difficult to
yours
pull off.
I feel like you're saying that because you're very familiar with omelets. You have omelets more often than you have sushi, so it's
I have
it's very familiar.
I have a fuckload of sushi. I get it all the time. I have no idea what I'm ever ordering.
Now I will
Brilliant.
say
It doesn't matter then. Just it'll be fine.
I will say if you're less familiar with sushi, I feel like it's gonna be harder for you to order. Like if you give me a
Yeah, that's
menu
what I'm
of like a ton of
saying.
stuff, I'll be like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be putting in here besides cream cheese.
But isn't that true at any sushi place? Like why is this worse because it's a buffet? Like I don't understand.
Because you normally are
You're
You're just
sitting
describing a
down.
problem with being unfamiliar
Oh,
with
sniper
sushi.
kill, sniper kill.
Oh, fuck. Because at a sushi place, you're sitting down looking at the menu, taking a while to order it.
Yeah.
It's not someone waiting for someone else to have ordered and then get their food.
Well, you can take the like little piece of paper, the menu. Have you heard of a menu? You can take the menu to your seat and decide before you go up. You don't have to
That's
hold
not a
up the
buffet.
line.
That's not a buffet though at that point, right?
Even if it is a buffet, like again, there's some overhead and logistic issues you've got going on now.
Nah.
Maybe what one person every 20 minutes is getting a sushi. The line's going to be everyone in the building.
Yeah.
And they'll all be fucking smashed because of your unlimited alcohol. And so they're gonna be rowdy as fuck. You're gonna have a sushi fight.
Also, sushi's probably the most
Every
expensive
part of
thing.
that sounded amazing.
Actually,
Where's the criticism in that
I
sentence?
I tucked myself in when sushi fight showed up. I'm wholly on board.
New gimmick. Every other hour, there is an organized sushi fight because why not?
I was in until you said organized. I want a fucking chaos. I want it to be like crazy as hell sushi fight. Love that though.
Yeah.
Again, your idea horrible. Organized sushi fight, amazing. Nope, disorganized sushi fight, amazing. Ugh. All right.
This is why you have to go to a buffet because you don't know what you want. You just want to sample everything.
That's right. Okay, Muscle V. What's the gimmick?
Yep. So my gimmick is we're gonna have a 13-hour smoked brisket
Jesus.
carving station.
What?
With
What?
with the carving station for this brisket, we're gonna have a 3-tier barbecue fondue fountain.
I just threw up a little in my mouth. What does that mean?
I want to
It's
hear
like
more
a
about the
like a
fondue fountain.
it's a barbecue fountain. Like, you know how they have the chocolate for the strawberries and shit. Yeah,
Do we
this
have to
one.
get it? Do we have to get into how the logistics of a 13-hour brisket makes no sense? Like it's going to be gone immediately. No one's ever going to have it.
We're always putting in new brisket every hour. We throw in a new brisket or several.
Okay, so again, now you've got a round the clock chefs.
Round the clock smokers. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. They're gonna come. They're gonna have like the black fucking lung for working at your buffet.
We don't care about that.
Great. That also sounds accurate. Okay, sorry. Go back to the fondue, the 3-tier
Yep.
barbecue fondue.
It's
What'd
a
you call
it's a
it?
barbecue fondue fountain. So it's like, when you go to those fancy parties and have the chocolate for your strawberries and it kind of falls off that top tier into the second into the third tier. We're
Yeah,
gonna have
yeah.
that.
People understand fondue fountains.
We're gonna have that, but with barbecue.
What? That's the part I'm missing. What do you mean with barbecue?
Barbecue will be the liquid in there. So you put your
Oh.
brisket under that one of those tiers, and you get barbecue
I'll
on top of
say,
your
all
brisket.
right, buffets already have the risk of being sort of a bacterial wasteland, right? It's just
Yeah.
it's already a little risky to even go to one. You're adding a barbecue fountain into the mix, so everybody's dicking their gross fingers covered in meat
They're
into it. Like,
they're not putting their fingers in there, okay?
I
And their
think you can
plates
assume that they
underneath
won't put
it.
their fingers. Yeah, there will be skewers, I guess, or swords. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do, but
I
I
don't know.
will
so
say there
what's
was a show. So I watched the show Marriage or Mortgage on Netflix, and there was an episode where one of the things they wanted for their wedding was a ranch fountain. So it was a
uh
chocolate fountain, but with ranch dressing instead. So gross.
So we're doing
awful.
that except for with barbecue.
I love ranch. Well, that's awful. Barbecue doesn't really like flow very well.
Well, it depends on the sauce. I feel like the sauces I tend to prefer are going to be a little bit on the thicker side.
Yeah, or they're like the too thin a sauce that wouldn't make any sense. What? So what are you putting as like dippables?
It's
Is
no,
it dipping also? I don't really.
it's for the carving station. Strictly
Uh,
for the carving station.
oh.
The brisket. It's for the
So
brisket.
are you doing the fonduing or is the carver doing it?
No, the patrons will do it.
And is it
Hmm.
fondue or is it a fountain? Because I feel like I'm
It's a
getting two
fountain.
different words
It's a
for two different
fountain.
things.
It's a fountain.
Okay.
It's definitely a fountain. There's no reason for it to be quote unquote fondue. Um, what? How are okay? So the guy cuts you off a piece of 13-hour brisket, and you're
Smoked
like,
brisket,
I'm obviously not going to enjoy that taste. Let me load it up with barbecue sauce.
It's
How
always
are
better
you?
barbecue sauce.
How are you getting it underneath the fountain?
I think, like you said, you put it on a skewer, or the carver puts it on a skewer, then you put the skewer under one of the fountain tiers, and you're getting barbecue on your brisket.
This is going to be a disaster. I can't wait to watch. I'm definitely going to this place now.
This is, I mean, it just seems so like
Fun?
there are so many
Yeah,
better
so
ways to get
fun.
sauce onto that thing.
No,
Yeah, this is
the
crazy
best
as
way.
hell.
Best way.
And you're reserving the worst way to sauce your barbecue with your best meat.
Yeah, you're definitely either getting way too much or none on there. Those are the
Oh,
two
you're
choices
getting way
with
too much.
fondue.
You are probably not going to get too little. You're probably going to get it drenched.
Yeah.
It's as you're putting it in, it's just raining on you. And think with the splattering, like that is not.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it depends on the consistency. Fondue obviously gets away with it, but it's hard. You also usually put small pieces into fondue. You're not taking your whole fucking slab of meat and putting it under there. So, I don't know. I've got concerns. Uh,
Is it just
I,
real quick? So you said this is a 13-hour brisket.
Smoked
Is
brisket,
this the only way to get brisket at this buffet, or is there other
no,
brisket available to
I'm
grab?
answering that. Absolutely not. There's other brisket.
Yeah, but it's not as good as this one.
I'm not. I don't really pay attention to cook times. Like, is 13-hour brisket like a known thing? Like, is that like some kind of pinnacle of brisket?
I doubt it.
I think like 12 to 14 is like the standard smoking time.
Oh, so it's just standard brisket.
So it is just the regular brisket.
Yeah, but
He went as in the middle as we could go.
But you guys didn't know that, and neither will the people coming
That
to
is a
my
great point.
to my
It is
That
a
is
great point
true.
that just by advertising it as the thing that it always is, you can make it sound fancy.
Yeah, that is true. That's funny. All right. Well, let me bring things home and bring some sanity back to you guys' lives because clearly you two have lost
Mount
track.
Olympus, that's where we're going for sanity.
That's correct. So you've unlocked a couple of foods by performing a feat. You've enjoyed some delicious world cuisine that's definitely very different from each station. Uh, what you're going for dessert? This is Olympics. You've got your eternal flame of Banana Foster. How exciting!
You
like,
built this entire thing around an eternal flame of Banana Foster, didn't you?
Believe it or not, it came last.
That is surprising.
So what country is that from?
It's just the torch, so it's always represented. I think we can all agree Banana Foster's universal.
I mean, it feels more like it should have been your gimmick, if anything. It's kind of a gimmicky food. I've never had it, to be honest. I had one opportunity and I squandered it, and you'll never forgive me for it. I know.
Eat all of the dicks.
Yeah,
Thank you for reminding me of that.
I feel like you reminded me by bringing it up. Yeah. So Bananas Foster, is that the gimmick? Is you've got a flaming bananas?
The gimmick's the feats. That's just my special station.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is your special station. So, okay, I don't know. I feel weird about like the dessert being the special station. I don't feel great about it.
Is it a build your own Bananas Foster, or is it just like you get a traditional one?
What could be in a build your own Banana Foster? I want to say yes, but I don't know what that would entail.
I also don't know. That's why I asked.
It's usually just bananas and Foster, as far as I know.
I don't even know what Foster is.
Yeah.
I think just fire.
Can I throw like chocolate on top?
You can do whatever you want. You get your Bananas Foster, and guess what? There's a chocolate fountain. There's a barbecue fountain. There's a cheese fountain.
You can't.
You stick it under whatever you want.
You can't copy
Wait. So Bananas Foster, how long does it take to make a Bananas Foster? I really don't have any concept of how long it goes.
13 hours.
It's a very long time.
My point is that if it's really quick, maybe. But if it takes like 20 minutes to cook down, then you're like, that's going to be a real bottleneck.
No, there's a mechanism so that you can't see. It's getting like the fresh stuff's always probably rising to the top. But there's always
what does that mean?
What's the rest of it?
There's
stuff rising to the top. What is this mechanism? There's fresh stuff rising to the top. What are you talking about? What does that mean? What are you on about?
So is the rest of it like shit?
No. You can only just get from the top where the eternal flame is, and then we're making the rest underneath still, probably.
So this is not a guy who sets bananas on fire and then hands you the finished product.
Right.
This is
the eternal flames on top.
That is always flaming and just pushing up a conveyor belt of bananas into the flame and onto your plate?
No, you have to scoop it. Don't be insane.
Oh, you're scooping into the flame.
Yeah. You scoop into the flame. You have a long ladle.
I got news for you. I don't care how much you're bribing these Grecian regulators, but $10. You are not passing the fire inspection.
No, it's a long ladle, Pantsman.
That much. Yeah, nothing easier to manage than a long ladle.
Now,
amateurs who don't do it as part of their job.
It probably is problematic that the eternal flame's above you, so you have to scoop up, but I think it'll be fine.
What?
Well, because the torch is always higher up than the people.
Do you mean like the flame is pointed down at the bananas instead of?
No. There's a torch. It's sitting atop like at the highest point of the restaurant. In it is a Banana Foster. You scoop from the flame.
So Boo is definitely catching himself on fire, right? Like,
Yeah, and that's a feat also, and you unlock a special dessert. That's when you
if
get the
catch yourself
creme
on
brulee.
fire.
So,
Okay.
so you can't sue us for damages. You get the bonus flamed yourself feat.
So
This
not only can you climb Mount Olympus, you can also die at the
You're
buffet
not
at the
It's the
base.
base of Mount Olympus.
so I feel a certain level of concern because I
What do you
know
mean?
this is the last question. This is the end of our buffet building. We're
Mm-hmm.
basically at the end of this episode. And I was promised, our audience was promised, at the very beginning when you gave a really stupid answer, Jeeves, that it was all going to make sense and we were all going to be kicking ourselves for doubting it. And yet everything you've said has been dumber and less coherent each step of the way. Is
I
there
don't think.
do you have a secret weapon you haven't, some thread that connects all this into something that makes sense that we are missing?
What do you mean thread? It's the Olympics. What are you talking about? Have you not been listening?
I get that they're connected. I'm saying like in a way that makes sense, in a way that's a good idea.
Would be amazing.
Okay.
I think you're
So you
forgetting that it
don't.
would be amazing.
So you just don't. Okay.
I
That's
think
fine.
I think you're a classic turkey sandwich eater with no vision. I think that's the problem right now. You hate buffets. That's why you hate this idea. It's a true buffets buffet.
I think you designed this entire episode and your entire premise around the idea that I was going to criticize it and you were going to throw in my face that I don't like buffets. But as we've established, that ain't true, sucker.
We're gonna need Boo to settle this. There's no way we can pull this thing. But the good,
I do think though, Jeeves, your reign has come to an end. Uh, should have
you
been
guys can
it
keep saying that
should came
until
to
we
an
can
end
establish
10
this
times ago.
objectively. Until we can establish this objectively. You guys are idiots, and I'm the czar. Suck it.
Why don't we wait? Why don't we do the thing where we each vote on something not our own? You go first, Jeeves. As czar, you get to vote first. That's just how it works.
No, we have to get out of here. We're running long. But we'll take that up next time. How about that, buddy?
Okay.
I do want to hear the poll though, so you do have to actually throw the holiday rank poll out there.
Yeah,
okay, Muscle.
Probably not gonna happen, but okay.
Great. Great. So let's go on and get on out of here. Muscle V, what do you got for us?
Don't build a fucking buffet at the base of a mountain that nobody goes to.
People go to it. All right. Anyway, Pantsman, what do you got?
Food poisoning.
That sounds right. What would Boo say if he was here?
Oh, why not? Why not a bagel buffet?
Oh, yo, actually, that's pretty good. Anyway, I want to thank you all for sticking with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed our foray into the buffet. We should be on tomorrow for another drink along episode. We hope to see you there. And if not, we want to remind you there's no reason why you should go to regular restaurants. Buffets still exist. Enjoy them. Cod Daddy's out.